Good morning, sunshine.
Welcome to the real world. Whoa!
Mortgage your house and buy Bitcoin with
Breathe air.
there's no second best, okay?
GM, got the got the trading view alert there, right in the middle of that pullback, or in the middle of the trade of the day intro. So, G fucking M, how are we looking? Well, on trade of the day, I'm going to look at some of the data. We just had the hourly close. Mentioned it a while back. We came up, consolidated, broke out. If that's a kind of protracted false breakout, we could be going down to the far side. There's liquidity below the green box, but the green box is support. That's the strongest support that we have on the chart, kind of 62 and 63 in the intermediate term. Where we've come back to right now is the value area from the consolidation before the breakout. The orange shaded box is the value area from high to low, and obviously the red line is the point of control. So I wouldn't bid there, but I would watch there to see if price potentially holds. The earliest chance you're going to get of a trend shift back to the upside is by getting back above 64.6. So, like I said on daily levels, just stay out of the way. Don't be a hero, don't catch the falling knife. This could be just a deeper liquidation, and no need to really overplay your hand here. Some things you can see, if you look on the top here, I mentioned yesterday Saturday on the weekend workshop, talked all about open interest and deltas and how you can use them to trade. So I'll leave that up for another couple of hours. It is still there. You have literally 2 hours to watch it after this, and then I'm getting rid of it. I'm so good to you. I should take it down on Sunday night, but I've left it up. Liquidations are slowing. Top here is liquidations. So as we've gone lower, the long liquidations have slowed, at least from the spike perspective, although there is a cluster of across these last few hours of long liquidations coming in. What you see here is spot delta and then aggregated spot delta and then aggregated futures delta. So the volume delta across the spot exchanges and the futures exchanges, as typified, you can see strong selling as we push lower, strong selling as we push lower. The delta on spot has actually increased. So there's been more spot selling on the second push. There's been less future selling. And open interest, most interestingly, open interest is rising. What this seems like to me is shorts forcing the market down aggressively to try and trigger liquidations to the downside, probably on altcoins. I don't think that this is going to be a lot of directionally chasing in Bitcoin short, thinking that it goes a lot lower. I would guess that it's forcing the market lower through perps with a buildup of, we're talking 8,000 contracts almost. So what's that? That's about 500 million of open interest buildup. And I think it's to try and trigger cascading liquidations to get better spot fills, either across Bitcoin or alts. And when open interest rises as price goes down, your first assumption is that it's shorts entering at the market. So whoever's entering aggressively, the aggressive side pushing this are the shorts. That means somebody on the long side is absorbing it because open interest is rising. So someone is opening longs into this. Typically, if the short side is the aggressive side with the market orders, the other side is probably going to be market makers who are now accumulating longs. And where does that really matter for us? Once you get this kind of earliest trend shift, if price is able to get back above that area there, that's when you'll see this positioning probably have to get squeezed out and the price go higher. So everything really below 64.5 is bearish and should be considered bearish in the short term. You should not expect, the last thing you want to do is, oh look, open interest is rising, must get long because short squeeze is coming. There isn't a sign of that yet. If you start to see a wipe of positioning where price goes lower, open interest goes lower, and price absorbs. So over here we saw open interest drop a bit, we saw heavy selling delta, but price did not hold that level, it went lower. So you're looking to see what happens to the open interest in combination with price. Price is number one, price is king, always listen to price first. So until there's some kind of price signal, I could see this going all the way down to the proper support, which at that point maybe you start to see some delta divergences and imbalances, which if I see those, I'll let you know in trading analysis. That would be when you're most likely going to see a reaction bounce long. Otherwise, if it's going to hold at this point of control, it very well could. If it's going to reclaim the value area, the old value area high, it very well could. But until you break market structure, which is up here, this last swing high, until that breaks, there's no early trend shift. Bitcoin is more likely to just have some kind of sideways chop and go lower and then build itself back up later if it's going to be bullish around here. Or, of course, it could keep flushing all the way down towards that liquidity. The fact there's such a build-up of open interest, for me, would be telling us about this. The fact there's such an OI build-up and the market's pushing down, I think it's probably trying to be forced down into this liquidity so that big players can get their fills below 62.5, because there's going to be just a mass of stop losses to be triggered and loads of liquidity to be grabbed right down there. If we see a sharp move down to 62 and below, I think that's a dip to buy, and I would scalp it, as well as probably look to fill some swing positions on a reclaim. So that's what I'm looking out for today. In the near term, don't do anything. It's not really in a great place to buy. It's not also in a great place to sell. Just do nothing. Let the market shake itself out. End of the month, start of a new week. Lots of fuckery is to be expected. GM.